Hello, brother sewing and crafting family. Angela Wolf here. I keep joking that I'm going to change the music on that countdown to hip hop one day. We're going to have a workout the next day. This is so much fun. But today should definitely be a beach vibe music. So I'm giving you a little hint what's coming up. So pop in, say hi. Yes, we are live streaming today on Brothers Sewing and Crafting. We are so excited to be here. Now, the question is, are you doing anything fun for spring break? I don't even know when that is because I don't have kids in college or high school, but we've got a fun project for you today. Sublimation with a lot of other things. So pop in, say hi. It's so great to see you all. And guess who we have today? One of our favorites, Educator. Rosemary, how are you? Look at your... She's got the whole spring break outfit, hat, cup, you name it. When she sent this photo to me the other day, I thought, I need to do this. This is going to be so much fun. So, Rosemary, how are you?
I am good, Angela. How are you doing?
Well, your ears were probably burning last week because I was talking about you. I have ever since I did that event with you at a brother dealer in California. We had so much fun, and you and Alexis were on the multi-needles, and you showed me those flash frames, and I had never seen them before, the 4x4 and the 5x7, and now everything I do is in those frames. In fact, I used to, I still love my big long embroidery, but if I can fit it in one of those frames, I am all over it. It's awesome.
I hear you. Ease of use, it has to be easy for me to use. So pretty much I'm in production a lot of times. So I needed to get on the machine and off the machine because I'm doing multiples. I'm not just doing one. So yeah, those flash frames are amazing.
Oh, I love them. So thank you for always teaching me new things. So everybody's saying hi to you. They're so happy to see you. Rosemary, what are we doing today? I gave a little hint about sublimation, but you've got a lot going on here. And by the way, speaking, if you want to start a business with a multi-needle, what she's showing you here would be a great way to do that too.
Absolutely. Sublimation. What is sublimation? I'm going to give you the definition because every time I try to explain it, it kind of blows your mind. So according to the Google machine, sublimation refers to both a physical phase change, solid directly to gas, and a psychological, I don't know what that means, defense mechanism where unacceptable urges are channeled into productive activities. Now that last part of it is hilarious. I think somebody made that up. So pretty much you need a special printer for it. You need, the ink is a certain type of ink. It's just not your inkjet printer. You just can't go print something on the printer you have and expect it to become sublimation. It doesn't work that way. So the ink is special and the production is special on this. So in printing, when you use the heat, it turns the specialized ink into a gas, which embeds into polyester material. That's a big one right there. Polyester material, not cotton. Maybe 50-50. You can get some good results. It'll be a little muted, but it's definitely all polyester. Okay, polyester materials for durable, high quality, full color designs, though it requires specific light colored, high polyester substrates. That is the definition of sublimation. So what can we put it on? So obviously behind me, and let me switch the camera so you can see up close. I did three things, the inspiration for all of the design. I wanted something fun. I wanted spring break. Most everybody, goes to spring break. They go to the beach, especially if you live in the north, especially this past weekend where it was really, really cold. And so you want to escape that and go somewhere nice and sunny. So I thought of that. And I thought of this image right here. You can grab images off of the internet and print them on your sublimation printer. This one I got off of Creative Fabrica, and I just searched in tropical beach scenes, and I like that one, and I love the colors for that. So using that image, I'm going to make different things for sublimation. So that's the genesis of it. So let's take a look. Let me switch my camera, and some of the things that we did, or rather I did. I mean the collective we. And this is a polyester shirt. 100% polyester. It says right here, I got it from Michael's. They have a nice little range of stuff for sublimation. And that's it. When you feel it, there's nothing in between the fabric and the design. The design is embedded into the fabric, which is really awesome. So there's that design. I took that same design, I reduced it, and I put it in a tote bag because, of course, you have to carry your towels and your drinks and all the stuff that you have when you're laying on the beach. Suntan, I should say some sunblock. Yes, let's use our sunblock, ladies and gentlemen. And then I took it and I created embroidery on it. But look, and I'll show you how we did that. Isn't that amazing? So this is a cotton sweatshirt. It's a fleece sweatshirt. So in order to sublimate on cotton, you have to sublimate something else to put on top. And I'll do my best to try to demonstrate that for you today. So I've got that. I also have, I did a tumbler. Everybody loves a skinny tumbler because you've got to have your special beverage, whatever your spring break beverage is, and did that. Great. I love that. And then, of course, you can't, this is like potato chips. You just can't do just one. So how about patches? Instead of embroidering patches, you can buy these ready to go and sublimate that. Super awesome. And of course, you need to identify your luggage. Oops, stepped right there. Yeah. So I did some bag tags. I love this. And put, it's reversible, so you can put your information. And of course, I can't just have one bag tag. I have to have many bag tags on there.
I love this. This is so much fun.
And of course, I put, let me switch back and.
I think Rosemary's coming
I'll
back
show you
to us.
I'm coming back.
Good. You just froze for a second. So these are so much. These are fun.
Super fun. And of course, you can make a patch and, put it and just heat apply it to that. You don't have to sew it on. You don't have to stitch it on. Super, super easy to do. And here's my other, for those of you who like ball caps, just put it on there. And these are 2.5-inch patches. Super awesome. Not only putting it on hats, maybe you don't, the people with or your family, it's a whole family vacation. You don't want to do it. You don't want to have, say they don't wear hats. They can put it on their bag, and they have all these patches, their travel patches for their bag. So there you go. I
love this. Everybody's saying so fun, so cute. Just on a quick side note, Michael's is not a Brother product nor the other brand, but she kind of gave away where it is. So just do an internet search for those things. So, okay, Rosemary, I love this part because those shirts, you talked about being able to sublimate on cotton. And I know everybody's ears just went because you're not sublimating on cotton. You're actually doing more. So I'm going to let you take it away and show you so much to share. And I'll monitor the questions and let you know if I see anything.
All right. Sounds good. Okay. Brother has a part. And sorry about, I'll say third party from now on. Third party vendor. Brother has a great embroidery software product called, what is it called? They partnered with Wilcom, and it's called BE Embroidery Studio, and they launched that last year. It's super, super powerful, and not only is it great for digitizing and lettering, I know not everyone digitizes, but they also have an additional unit in there called CorelDRAW, which is an art-based platform. So maybe some of you are doing CorelDRAW, maybe some of you are doing our Illustrator. It's kind of that thing. So you're designing or creating a design in that. So I am going to bring up my screen that shows.
Okay, so I see it come up, I'll bring it up for you.
Yep, sounds great. That one right there.
I think this is it. There we
go. That's it right here. Okay, this is CorelDRAW. Now, of course, everything worked perfectly yesterday, and of course, I get to today, and BE Design Studio is not working well. So normally, you would see this frame, this window inside of the embroidery software. So we're going to just skip and do the art portion of it. So what did I do? This is my, the genesis of this. And a lot of times we all do this when we are thinking about a design. We'll go on the internet and I search spring break designs. And I looked and looked and I went, oh, this one's awesome. And I just put a different font in it and, and just did it this way. So how are we going to do this? I am just going to, and when you open your design studio, this looks the same thing. So I have my fonts right here. I'll click on that, click here, and it's a very, very small font. So let's bring it up to at least 100 and start typing. So I wanted to do spring, but I wanted it broken up. Oops. And I'll learn how to spell. And there's one. I'm going to create another one and ing and click the select tool. And I'll make this bigger too. So now we can change our fonts. So we can select that. Right now it's an Arial font. That's my default font on this. And I have tons of fonts, so tons of TrueType fonts. I wanted College Black, and the same thing with this one. All right, and then we get to sizing it. And you can make it as big or as little as you want. Say this one is about 3.1 inches high. We'll just make it 3.1. And that'll be good. And the same with this one. 3.1. And perfect. And then you can double click on this. Oops, no, because it's text, it does something else. I'll click on this shape tool, and then I can bring this in closer or expand it if I wanted to. So I want it in just a little closer. And the same thing with this one. I just want it a little closer. Why are we doing that? I'll show you right now. And then I want to do this. And then I'm going to select everything here, and I'm going to press the letter L for that way they line up on the left side. You can go into shaping or align and distribute and do it that way. So here's the genesis of my project. Now, how am I going to get this graphic into this right here? But first I need to lose the color. So I'm going to select it all again. And right here, you have a line of like slashes, like don't do this. If you just click on that, oops, everything disappears. Let me do it again. Let me add an outline. So I am going to select this black. Doesn't matter what black it is. And I'm going to right click on my mouse, and it adds an outline. Now I can go up here and left click on that slash, and there is my empty graphic, or I'm going to call it a frame. Okay, this is going to be my frame because I want to insert this image into this right here. So let me bring this over and see how you can see how it's going to fit in there. I'm going to make it a little smaller. That way I can get as much elements of the graphic in there. Oops, I don't want to go into layer focus. That looks really good. All right, I'm going to pull it back over here. So how am I going to get this? I have my graphic selected. I'm going to right click, and it brings up this tons of options. I'm going to go to Power Clip Inside. So when I select Power Clip Inside, a little arrow comes up, and I want it to, Power Clip Inside here. I'll show you my mistake here. I'm going to click on it, and it's just going to do that. That's not what I want. I'm going to undo. I can hit the undo button or Control Z to do it. So I need to group both of these together. Excuse me. I'm going to Control G, and now they're grouped together. And you can see this right here. So now I can select the graphic, right click, Power Clip Inside, and bam, there we go. So now we have our graphic inside our lettering right there. So to make it a little bit more interesting, I can go down here to where it says hairline. And if I double click on that, comes up. I can change the color, but what I really want to do is change the points on this, or and you can play around with this to see how much. Let me move this away. Let's go at 4 points. So that's looking a little bit more bold. So that's really nice. Ooh, what about that? I like that. Maybe if I did, what happens if I do 7? That looks good. The I and the space between the I and G is a little bit better. So fantastic. I love it. If I wanted to change the color of that outline, I could. I think I left it black for it, but you can make it any color you want. Say you want to match the colors of what we have in our graphic. Okay, so let me zoom in here a little bit. And I'm going to get the eyedrop tool, which is right here. I'm going to click on that and say I want it to be that dark, dark purple. So I can select that, click, and I could see if it works. It's kind of squirrely for me. So that's not working. I can just add it to my palette. So you can do this for the whole color palette of this graphic and select it and add to palette. Grab another color. Let's do this beautiful orangey and add it to palette. And you'll see down here that we have our lettering, or our color palette right there. So now I can hit that select tool and say I wanted that dark purple, and I can, oops. Nope, sorry. Nope, that didn't wrong. Nope, hold on. There we go. There we go.
Oh.
I clicked on that color chip and it turned it to that stunning purple. So there you go. How awesome is that? So we have that going on for us. Let's see what's on page 2, show you what's, and that's my final design. That's what I used for pretty much the t-shirt. I used it for the whatchamacallit, that the tote bag as well. Questions on that so far?
Rosemary, I love this tutorial with that, because number one, when I'm looking at your shirt, I'm thinking, how did you match those colors up so well? And you just showed how to take colors from the design and add it to your palette. So you're using the exact same colors. You're not trying to guess. Right.
I am not guessing. I'm exactly doing what you just said. I'm just looking. I just clicked. There was one of them when I was working on one of them. I had a whole line of it because I just clicked into every different color gradient that was in there to create that.
To save. That's awesome. Helen says the undo is so handy. She uses it a lot.
Oh, a lot. Believe me. Control Z, Control Z, Control Z, Control Z. That way you don't have to go and find a button. Control Z.
Control Z. So awesome. In case you were jumping in a little late, this is CorelDRAW, which comes with the new Brother software, which they work. I love that they both work together like that. It makes it so simple. And what you just did there, it decorated all of your stuff.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. It's just a launching pad to do that. So, I mean, this power clipping inside your lettering, that's going to do a lot. And you can do that with any graphic. You can do it with a photograph. So say, let me bring in, I'll just do a new, let me share again, and I'll show you how to bring in that graphic real quick. Let me share the screen one more time. And
while she's bringing that up, by the way, you can go back and watch this show over and over. So if you have the software in CorelDRAW, you can follow the steps that she's doing. I find that easy to do, you know, when I have my screen open at the same. So here's yours.
Absolutely.
Okay, back
all right. So, you know, this looks like, you know, oh my God, Rosemary's like such an expert on this. I am not an expert. I've worked very, very, very hard. I keep finding new processes on how to use this tool, and that's pretty much the majority of what I do for, you know, for me and my customers. Starts here. It starts with artwork. So let's bring in, I'm going to go to File, and I'm going to import a graphic. Let's see. I forgot that this is not on the computer that I have. So let's see what I have on here.
You know what's funny is when you click that, your second screen is not opening for us. So just say what you're clicking on so we know, because we won't.
Okay. Oh, that's weird. Yes, I clicked on import and another. Oh, that's weird that it didn't come up. You can't see that. And another window comes up and says what I'm looking at. Let's do this one. I'm opening up just a single graphic, and now you can see there's nothing there, but it gives me dimensions and the title of what I brought in. So I'm just going to click on the page, and there's my graphic right there. So
wow.
That's how you bring in any graphic. A PNG, what else? PNG, JPEGs. I like bringing in PNGs. Those are easier, I think. PDFs, also you can bring that in as well. And how do I know it is a like a photo or some kind of illustration or something? Right up here it says trace bitmap. So that's how I know it's not a true like Corel file or a graphic. So if I click on the spring break one again, this tells me like right here, there's no trace bitmap. So I know it's a true graphic on that one. So that's how we bring in our graphic from that. And that's just the launching pad for that. All right. Let me stop sharing this screen.
Evelyn wants to know which CorelDRAW is that. I don't know the number. Do you?
I have 25. 25. Let me see.
And that's what comes with the software, Evelyn.
Correct.
So it comes with Brother software. It's the new the new Brother software we've talked about. I always forget the name. BE
Embroidery. I have to click on or Embroidery Studio 2025.
BE Studio 25. So yeah, and that's what comes with it, and they work together seamlessly.
Correct. Yeah, I clicked on my icon to bring it up, and it's not bringing it up yet. All right, so awesome, thank you, Terry. I talk to a lot of people, and even though we're embroiderers, excuse me, at the end of the day, we are dealing with art, some sort of art, and we have to convert it into a stitch file. Okay, so every time I get questions, well, how do we do this? How do we do this? Well, it starts on your computer, or it starts in Canva, or it starts in Artspira. Any kind of art platform is what you need to start with, and just practice and start learning it, bringing in designs and doing like that. Any other questions so far?
There's one more. Everyone's saying thank you, thank you. They love this. Nobody has really, actually, no one has shown Corel or the software. Just
I'm your girl.
So they're loving it. They're loving it. Joanne says this is her first time here. Welcome, Joanne. What machine are you using? Will you be using? Well, she's got the PR10. I'll let Rosemary answer that as she goes through this.
Yeah, I am a PR girl. I love the PR. I have the 1055X. Pretty much, I've been using a multi-needle for the majority of my embroidery journey. I started with a 4x4 embroidery machine. It was my gift to myself when I came. I was stationed in Europe at the time, and I came home, and I decided to get into embroidery. And of course, 6 months later, I had hoop envy and went to the multi-needle, and I haven't looked back. But of course, as an educator, Brother sends us the top of the line machine. So I have an Artspira that's hiding right behind the rack here. And just about almost any other machine. So I love it. I love the Brother product with this.
That's awesome.
Does that answer your question?
So, and also, if you're new to this, we have a ton of replays you could watch too. So, all right, Rosemary, that looks like you've got everybody's questions. Evelyn, where do I find this? Well, you can find the Brother software that comes with Corel from your Brother dealer. So just contact your Brother dealer. They can sell the software. Also, I know there's a bundle package. I believe it's still happening. So if not, forgive me, but I'm pretty sure you can get a better deal if you buy the new PR1060. And there's a package where you can get this software with it too. So if you're looking at both, you don't even have to start a business. I mean, Rosemary has
No.
a huge business. I do it for fun because I love embroidering. If you want to embroider fast, Rosemary, quick question before we move on. Have you named your machine your PR 1060 yet?
No, I have not. Ooh, but she needs to be something sexy though. I'll have to think about it.
I named mine Top Gun because it is like, it just gets it done. I have it right next to my
Oh, nice.
So
nice.
I love it. So Evelyn, that's where just contact your brother dealer. Does Cindy use this brother software on her Tuesday shows? You know what, Margie? I don't know. I don't know. I would assume, but I'm not positive. Okay. Back to you, Rosemary.
I actually talked to Tina, one of the other educators. I think she's doing the show next week with you, and she's going to be using the Embroidery Studio on patches next week. So I definitely tune in for that. And sorry that mine is not coming up. I will make a separate video on exactly the process that I did that and bringing it in. That way you can see it, because it's really pretty seamless. I must have just like a lot of RAM memory stuff going on here. I have a lot of windows open, so I have a lot to show you.
Sounds good.
Can we talk about how I got that on the glitter vinyl?
Yeah.
So let's, because that is the basis of this embroidery file, and I'm going to share this one right here.
All right, I bring that up. Here we go.
Perfect. All right, so I have printed the sheet of paper off the Sublimation printer. So let me play that. No sound. So that is glitter vinyl. Glitter vinyl, all vinyls have a carrier sheet. So I'm just going to peel that away. I'm going to treat this as a piece of fabric. And I've got a piece of butcher paper on my platen, and I've got a non-stick sheet on there. There's my graphic. It is reversed because it's got to go down face down. And then I took some heat tape that I used for sublimation, and I just taped it to the sheet. And then I put some other butcher paper. It looks like super messy, but I just tear it off of there. And then I have it on high heat, 374 for 60 seconds. And when it's done, you got to make sure I have a pair of little gloves because it gets super hot. And there it is. There's my glitter vinyl. And you can kind of see the sparkle. Okay?
Yeah.
So there's that.
Okay,
all
that
right.
was super easy. So she had that video set up. So it's 60 seconds.
Yes.
So just keep that in mind.
Yes, everything you see is either 2 times or 4 times, especially when it gets to the machine stitching. I don't work that fast. I'm very conscientious of what's going on. All right, let's continue with how I did the sweatshirt. Because now that I did that, I use on the 10 needle. I did not hoop traditionally. I used an accessory hoop called the magnetic sash frame. Now, the magnetic sash frame is a big piece of equipment that actually just goes on the machine. It doesn't go on the arms. You actually take off the A arm completely and then put that on and screw it on there. It's really awesome. So it's meant for like doing quilts, like doing the sashing. It's going to take that weight, and it's fantastic. I use it for sweatshirts. I use it for jacket backs because it holds everything nice and tight. And so the stabilizer I used behind that was a no-show mesh. You can use a regular cutaway stabilizer, and if you have one that is fusible, that's great. If not, you can use some spray and spray adhesive so it can get tacked on there. But I did use the fusible no-show mesh on that one. So I'll show you how I hooped this. Let me bring this up real quick.
All right.
Yesterday was edit video. So here we go. And they'll show you that that frame.
Okay, I've got it right here for you.
All right. So there's that magnetic sash frame. It's got magnets all the way around. And you see it's not attached to the arms. It's attached right to the machine. So you see me very quickly taking off all the magnets. There is a little tool that it comes with that lifts off those magnets a little easier. But you can do that with your hands. So there's my sweatshirt. I'm just threading it through, getting as centered as I can. I like establishing the sides, putting the magnets on the sides first, and then I'll do the ones closest to me, and then the ones in the back.
Rosemary, is this a new hoop? I have not. I mean, I'm a fairly new PR user now. Is this a newer hoop? I'm not.
No. It's a newer hoop. It's been around for a while. Yeah, it's been around for a while. It's promoted or marketed pretty much for quilters, but it's so much more. You know, it can do your big blankets. You can do your whatchamacallit, jacket backs. I use it a lot for jacket backs. It's so much easier than traditional hooping or anything that's thick. I mean, how many of us really want to hoop a sweatshirt, like for real? No, not me.
Helen wants to know, did you not use stabilizer on that sweatshirt, or did you say use fusible?
I did a fusible no-show mesh. In fact, that's it right there. I don't know if you can see the shiny. See if you can see the shiny side of it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So that's that fusible. So I just cut a piece and I fused it to the back. Super easy. All right.
Super easy.
So we've done that. Let's, you know, I should show this because that way you can see the setup of the machine. Because of course I have to point out my mistakes because everybody wants to see your mistake because you will do it too.
All right. I think I've got it here. I'll bring it up. There you go.
Perfect. All right. I brought it into the machine and I already set up the colors, what I want. Now, this is an applique. So normally in an applique, I'll have the applique colors and the brother palette. So I just went ahead and switched it all. In the second screen, you've got to put in your stops. So the hand is where you're going to stop. So the first two I put down, and then I realized later on, I didn't do it here, but I need to stop it before the last two colors. And we'll talk. Oh, so that's how that one is. Stop sharing.
So I'm laughing about that because anybody who watched my live show last week on my page, last Wednesday, you go back, watch replay. I made patches on the multi-needle, not patches, awesome. Luggage tags. And I kept trying to change the color and I accidentally clicked the hand because I always get confused because I don't use that machine as much as the other. So it takes a little bit to get used to touching to turn the color and touching to stop. Two different things.
Yeah, so my mistake on that one, and I actually, this was like the second video I did on the machine setup, and I started to stitch and realized that I did not rotate the design.
Oh.
So, yeah, because it's the sweatshirt is upside down, right? We threaded it through the bottom and not the neck. So I've got to remember to rotate it. Ask me how I know, because I pushed I locked and load and started going. And I went, oh crap, this is not right. And I stopped it really quick. So, all right, let me show you the stitch out for this.
Evelyn said she just bought the 10 needle. Well, nice job, Evelyn. I'll bet you that you can get a deal on that software.
Share the screen on this one.
It does have an online education for the software, which is very nice. Okay, I think I've got this. Yep, you're up. Sweatshirt stitches number 4.
Number 4. So, of course, with any it's going to stitch out your placement stitch. And then I took my glitter vinyl, there it is right there, rotated it, that way it's in the right orientation, And I just went through and just made sure, you know, I wanted to get as much of the graphic in as possible. I did use some medical paper tape to tape that down, because as soon as that needle goes in, it will pull that vinyl up. And then, of course, safety first. And I had something else other than my finger to hold that vinyl down. It'll do that tack down stitch, and then it starts to do that that finishing stitch, that satin stitch. And then it's that part, okay? Now, what's great about glitter vinyl and using it in this fashion as a as a fabric is, once we're done with it, I don't have to, like after the tack down stage, I really don't have to cut around it or anything. We need to go all the way to the end, all the way to the end of that applique portion and the satin stitch. And I'll show you in this video, we'll show you what I did next for that. Hello, where's my mouse? There it is. And
I see a couple people saying they are so glad you showed this, because a lot of people talk about being able to do this with the vinyl on the cotton, and I don't think it clicked until right now. So thank you.
Good. All right. This is the final home stretch. So now, before I do that 2026 on the side and break, which is just standard lettering, I've got to now tear away the rest of that vinyl. I didn't have to use scissors. I just actually just cut it away and started pulling it. I just needed to get it away from where that G and that R was and the very bottom. Because once you're finished with that, once you're finished with the rest of the embroidery, you just take it off the hoop and then weed out the rest of the vinyl in the holes and in between, the lettering and stuff. And then that's it. I took it to the ironing board and pressed put a pressing cloth on top of that, and then pressed the vinyl. That way it doesn't come away from the shirt. And there you go. So that's how we're going to sublimate on cotton with that.
That was so simple. So simple. Helen's on here saying this is pretty cool. Helen is an avid multi-needle embroidery. That's awesome. Part of the Wolfpack and Brother Sewing Fan. So Helen, have you ever tried this? Because this is definitely going on my list for to-dos ASAP. This is beautiful.
Awesome. Now, I love the sparkle and I love the glitter vinyl. I like showing that off because not a lot of people do it. It's not hard to do. You would think that you would lose the adhesive part when you sublimate, but putting it on that nonstick sheet, it will save, the sticky part of it. It will. I did test it. I actually took a little snippet of it and adhered it to a backside of an apron that nobody's going to see that I use for work. And so it worked really well. Another thing you could do, you can sublimate this on twill. So on tackle twill. So because a lot of times that is a polyester product as well too. So just think outside the box, think to see what else is available that is 100% polyester. And then you can do this. Now, obviously, if you're going to use a tackle twill or something, you're going to have to cut that. And that's when your scan and cut comes in. And you can cut those letters and put that into that the fill of the letters when it's going to stitch out.
I love this.
So there you go.
Very cool.
Oh.
All right. Any questions for Rosemary? Everybody's saying they love this. You
Awesome.
always come on here with such inspiring ideas too.
Oh, well, thanks. I'm glad you're enjoying the art portion of it. Because that's pretty much where everything starts. And the more you kind of get into it, the easier and you'll understand better how the embroidery process works through art.
It's really intriguing that you say that, because a lot of people are asking when you start, for digitizing, how do you start? I start with sketches, like in a notebook, because that's how I always did my fashion sketches. And then I take that and bring it back into the behind, you know, for the software. I bring that image up that I sketched and then digitize it myself going through this process. But what you're showing right there on that CorelDRAW is so simple, so easy. Think of like you taught during this whole thing and brought videos, and it was like a 5-minute process, if that.
Honestly, I tell every time I go to an event, and it's particularly a PR event, and we're talking about how we'll talk about digitizing because everybody wants to get into business and they talk about digitizing, and I tell them, because pretty much 90% of what I do is on the computer. All the time. It's on the computer. It's not standing at the machine. By the time I get to the machine, it's like a vacation then, because all I got to do is, assign the thread and punch the button and put the hand thing on there, and and then we're ready to go. But yeah, sitting, I'm in my chair 90% of the day if I've got to do this.
I'm just laughing about this, totally off topic, but yesterday I met a friend, and we were working out, and then we're going for a walk, and she's an artist and I'm coming back to work on my embroidery designs and my patterns, and we're like, it's so nice to get a little exercise because both of our tushes are going to be at the computer all day.
It's true. Yeah, I've got to do I get up in the morning. I didn't do it today. I had to take my little baby Apollo to the vet today. But I get up and I'm doing my strength training, and and then I'll sit on my butt the rest of the time.
So Rosemary, do you have any tips for everyone as far as pressing? I see some people asking, they see your mug and they saw that for the shirts. Is there any tips for that?
Yeah, so you have to remember with sublimation, it is high heat and good pressure. So you saw the the glitter vinyl, and that's the only thing I do. I did film how I did the the t-shirt, but it's pretty much the same thing as the glitter vinyl. So let's talk about the non-soft substrate. What is so like this? There are tons of videos on how to sublimate a skinny tumbler, and it all starts with how the wrap, how much, what the dimension is and stuff. So I've been doing this for a while, and so I have like a template for that I can put my art in to that. So, but for pressing, there is a skinny tumbler press that you can look it up on the internet. I looked it up and I went, ooh, that would be kind of cool. But this takes about 6 minutes to press, to heat up. So I was like, that's a long time for just one thing. So let me show you what I use for this, because a lot of times I'm doing more than one tumbler.
We love this. Chris says, what a great tutorial. You're so welcome. So much more to learn using these brother machines.
Absolutely. I love it. I love sublimation.
Thank you, Teresa. She said she loves all things brother. We do too, obviously.
Oh. Let me bring in my screen again.
All right. As soon as I see it, I'll
so this is going to be how I set up my the artwork onto the.
Okay, got it.
So there's my artwork, and I have this little, like, it holds the mug there.
Oh, that's a cute little contraption.
Yeah, it's really nice. That way you're not rolling around. And then heat tape, tape, and you'll see how much tape I use.
Oh my!
Because I really want that to be tight. So there. So let me remember, I don't have a mug press. So what I do have.
Everyone's like this. What is it that we could use besides that?
Oh yeah, I'm going to show you. Hold on. I hope it's in this one.
We'll just go through all your videos, Rosemary. We got all day.
Oh, great.
Okay, I think I see it. Here we go.
All right. So you see that there. So when you when I buy these tumblers, it comes with this sleeve. And then I just take the heat gun and I shrink. It's like a shrink wrap. And get all the bubbles off of there.
Like that.
And it acts like when you're doing a press, it's the pressure. So it needs some sort of pressure, and that's what that shrink wrap is compressing that sublimation paper onto the whatchamacallit, the heat wrap on there. Do I not have more? And I had tumbler part, tumbler setup, heat gun. Oh,
okay, I want to know
no.
if anybody's tried a heat gun, because that's pretty darn cool.
Oh, heat gun, yeah, heat gun is pretty neat. And you have to have it. So I don't know where this one video went, but so now I told you I don't have a press. So instead of a press, I have one of those like toaster ovens.
Mm-hmm.
They're about
like a regular
100.
toaster oven?
Yeah, it's like a big, like a convention oven that you can get anywhere for anywhere from $100 to $800. I bought mine for like $120. It's and it's great. And so I can fit 3 tumblers in there comfortably, and sublimate that, cook them pretty much for about 6 minutes. And at the 3-minute mark, I'll go in and I'll turn them halfway. And there you go. And then after that, you just peel away. You take off the whatchamacallit, the sleeve and the paper, and then you have your beautiful tumbler. And I'm sick that I don't have, because I know I worked on it yesterday. Let me look in this folder.
Very, very cool. By the way, if you decide to choose that route, I was talking to a friend that does that with the toast oven. It is not an air fryer. Somebody asked that. No, it's not an air fryer. Hello. No. And 2, if you're going to use it for your mugs, don't use it for your food. Okay?
Correct.
Those are your 2 tips.
Correct. Yes, that one, it stays upstairs with me. It's on a printer cart. When I need to use it, I take it off the cart. Actually, I'll either bring it to my room and put it on a little table. I use the bake setting on that. I'll set it up to 380 degrees and for 6 minutes. Now it does say, like, it has all these settings on there, like the air fryer and stuff like that. Nope, I just use the bake feature on that.
Yeah. I'm with you, Evelyn. Never, ever, ever. It's kind of like when I used all the nice glass dishes, I won't say the name, that I use for dyeing fabrics. And my husband was like, because he does all the cooking. He's like, that I can't use any of that for food anymore. And I was like, oh, so everyone in my whole family bought him those really good glass dishes for Christmas.
Oh. And you used them for dyeing?
I did, yeah.
Oh.
I think that's exactly
when I feel this pain. I'd be going, I'd have a mild heart attack. Bless his heart.
It must be a similar thing, because that's exactly what he sounded like, Rosemary. Everybody's saying.
Lorraine, yes.
Yeah.
Lorraine had a comment about using polyester thread. Obviously, your polyester thread is polyester, your white thread, and you can sublimate on that. It's pretty neat. I have not. The only time I have done it, it was at BEX, and they had a class on it. So somebody did it for us. They did it in Artspira, and I keep saying, "Oh, that's amazing! I need to do that in my software." And just stitch it out all in white, and then you can put that on there. One of the, I think that Avenir and the Stellaire have those crocheted like designs that are built into the machine. And so I was with another dealer, and they actually stitched a lot of those out Sublimate took, you know, any kind of sublimation, you know, art. It didn't have to, I think it was just a bunch of like tie-dye colors, and sublimated right onto those lace doilies. And I went, that is genius. Genius. I loved it.
That is genius. Actually, the Luminaire has that as well. So those, I love those designs, those lace designs. They're kind of like a lace crochet lace designs. They're really pretty. That's a great idea, because if you don't, someone was asking, they couldn't find the variegated thread they wanted for the embroidery side. So there you go. Do it with white and sublimate on it. Use your amazing. Oh yeah.
Yep. Absolutely. Yep. You can just create a whole new background in the Artspira app.
Yeah. And there is, just so you guys mark your calendar, I think it's March 10th. Let me double check. It's a Thursday. There's a big Artspira special coming here on Brother Sews. So mark your calendar for noon. It's Tuesday, noon, March 10th. There's some great tutorials coming for that. And one of them is using the sublimation with thread, I believe. So I don't know. There's a lot of really cool things coming on that show, so I can't give it all away, but I can tell you better mark your calendar.
Yeah.
Rosemary, everybody's saying thank you. They love this.
Awesome. I'm glad you did. Yeah.
So one quick question, because I don't have it up here. What is your website if somebody wants to find you and follow you?
I'm on Instagram at upper 90 logos. Upper 90 logos.
Upper 90 logos. So find Rosemary. She has a ton of fun stuff. Any place we can find you anytime soon for if they want to have classes with you, if they're visiting
Where am I going? Yes. I will be in Austin the weekend of March 7th. We're doing a lecture demo on the Avenir on the Saturday, and the Sunday we are doing a lecture demo on the PR, and there's some make and takes in there. So if you're in the Austin area, they're at Northwest Sewing there. And then I will be in Pennsylvania, Northeast Pennsylvania. It's actually the town. It's called Northeast Pennsylvania.
It is. I was like, oh, well, thanks for giving us a guide of where you are. That's the name of the town.
Yeah, that's where I will be in March. So looking forward to it. And I'm doing two things there. We're doing a whole Avenir class where there's it's a mixed media class, which is I'm really excited about. And the next day we're doing a lecture demo on PR.
Love it. So you can find Rosemary, and also I try to keep updates if I know where people are. If you want to follow them, you can always message her on Instagram too.
Yeah, definitely. I'd love to hear from you.
Thank you so much, Rosemary. This has been an awesome tutorial, great video so we can see exactly what you were doing. And if you don't have the software to use CorelDRAW, make sure you check out Artspira as well, because there's a lot of options for using sublimation there too. It's a free app. There's also a paid version, but all of these, it's like the brother universe. They all talk to each other. It's like, perfect. All right. Till next time, happy sewing. Thanks so much, Rosemary.
All right. Thank you. Thanks, everybody. Mwah.